The lobby was still, unnaturally still for a Monday morning. At 9 a.m., it should have been bustling, but instead, it held only the faint hum of fluorescent lights and the soft shuffle of a little girl's shoes as she swung her legs from a large leather chair. She couldn't have been older than 8, clutching a wrinkled envelope like it was made of gold. Her eyes scanned the room with a mix of determination and nerves. Eventually, the receptionist looked up, blinking in surprise. "Sweetheart, are you lost?" The girl shook her head, her grip tightening on the envelope. "No, I'm here for my mom's interview. She's really sick, so I came instead." Her name was Lily. Her mother, Sarah, had been out of work for 3 months, laid off when the company downsized. A single parent with no nearby relatives, no sitter, no backup plan, just grit. For a full week, Sarah had prepared for this opportunity at Crestfall Tech. She'd researched, printed resumes, and practiced in front of the cracked mirror, with Lily pretending to be the CEO. But this morning, her body gave out, feverish, trembling, barely able to speak. Lily had kissed her forehead, taken the folder from the table, zipped up a coat far too big, and caught the city bus alone. The conference room was sleek and intimidating, all glass and chrome. When the hiring manager saw her, he chuckled nervously, but the CEO, Jonathan Carrington, lifted a brow. He was known for his intensity, a man who'd built an empire after tragedy, and who hadn't smiled in photographs in years. He didn't laugh. He just said, "Let's hear what she has to say." Lily carefully opened the folder and spread out a resume, a cover letter, and a sticky note in her mom's handwriting. Asterisk, smile. "You've got this." Asterisk, "I don't know all the big words," she said shyly, her voice barely above a whisper. "But I know my mom is really smart. She used to help people get jobs. Now, backslash, we just need someone to help her." Silence. Jonathan leaned back, his eyes locked on hers. Something in him cracked. Years ago, his daughter had been Lily's age, right before cancer took her. Since then, he'd buried himself in numbers, deadlines, acquisitions. But now, watching this child speak with such raw honesty, he remembered. He felt. "Why did you come here today?" he asked quietly. Lily didn't hesitate. "Because my mom never gives up on me, and I didn't want to give up on her." Without a word, Jonathan stood and asked the others in the room to leave. When the door shut, he knelt beside her and spoke gently, asking about her mother's work, her experience, how they were getting by. "She still smiles at night, so I don't worry," Lily said. "But sometimes I hear her cry when she thinks I'm asleep." That was the moment, the one that changed everything. Jonathan rose, picked up the phone, and said simply, "Put Sarah Whitmore on the payroll, full benefits, remote start, and send her a care package today." An hour later, Lily was riding home in the back of a sleek black car, hugging a stuffed unicorn. At the front door, the receptionist helped her up the steps, where Sarah, pale and confused, opened the door. "Mom," Lily beamed, "you got the job." Tears welled in Sarah's eyes as she wrapped her arms around her daughter, still too weak to stand for long. "What did you do?" she whispered. "I just told him the truth," Lily replied. In the weeks that followed, Sarah flourished in her new role as HR coordinator, working remotely while she recovered. Groceries began arriving at the door, toys for Lily, thoughtful notes from Jonathan, and sometimes he would simply call, not about work but to talk. For Jonathan, that morning wasn't just about filling a position. It reopened something he thought he'd buried. And for Lily, it proved a truth bigger than anything in her mom's resume. Even the smallest voices can carry the greatest weight, especially when they speak from the heart. Because in the end, the most powerful interviews aren't always about qualifications. Sometimes they're about courage.